Hey everybody, Hardtekticon is back with another Transformers Collectors Club subscription service figure in a box. So, let's see who it's gonna be! Alright, so we got this box. It's got the 5th figure in it. And who's it gonna be? And it's G2 Starscream, looking very bland and disappointing. Yeah, you can already tell what kind of review this is going to be. Alright, so move the box. Put G2 Starscream in frame. Fix his wing and his null ray. And there he is. You know, with G2 figures, I'm very used to them being very bright and kind of gaudy, almost tacky colored. And I understood this was not going to be one of those exactly, but I really got excited about the urban camo design. I was excited I was going to be getting a G2 version of Starscream. The purples looked really cool, and the oranges and all that, and you know, just the gray around here, and especially the urban camo gray, just looks so faded. I mean, I know if you're supposed to be in the air, coming up on somebody as a surprise and attacking them, you can't be too garish, but still. It's a dang toy, people. It could be pink and yellow. I'd buy a pink and yellow one. But as soon as I originally took this out and took a look at it, I was disappointed. But let's get on with the review. He has got a G2 symbol on his nose. Transparent purple plastic for the cockpit window. He's got some orange here. I believe that is tampographed on, as is this G2 symbol in the TAC. It's mostly white, like Starscream. It's got some black and orange and white right there on his fins. It's a real dull, almost looks like storm clouds. Maybe that's why he's so bland looking. He's supposed to kind of look like a storm cloud. I don't know. And these two guys are interfering with each other. There we go. Okay. I think that's how it goes. But yeah, you look underneath and it's just robot parts and the null rays. But this time the Collectors Club did not mess me over and give me like two of the same side of null rays. These are mirror images. Alright, for a quick comparison in vehicle mode, here we have Transformers Collectors Club subscription service. I forgot to say 3.0 in the intro. Nacelle, who he also had some trouble with paint and one of the wings coming off real easily and one of the null rays being the wrong side. But design wise and up on the shelf wise, Nacelle looks better than G2 Starscream. So there you go. And just for a recent figure, here he is with Off-Road. Combiner Wars Deluxe Off-Road. Of course, it's not in scale. We are talking about Hasbro Takara figures, so they're not allowed to be in scale, I think. Yeah, I think they go out of the way to keep it out of scale. But there is some comparisons. Here is his bio card. Yeah, the glare. And as you can see, the gray on the artwork is a little darker, and so is the camo paint, than the figure here. And also look at his head and face in the artwork. We got a gray helmet, a black face, and yellow eyes. That's going to come in later. And also came to my attention that I forgot to show off Tarantula's card. Tarantulize? Either way, there it is. Looks pretty cool. And there you go. So, I'm going to get this figure transformed real quick, and then you can take a look at robot mode. Do not get excited. And here we have G2 Starscream in robot mode. If I can get him straight. You know, that's just a problem amongst all the Seekers. They are kind of a pain in the butt to get to stand. But, here he is. There. Look at him. Alright, so we're all familiar with the Starscream mold, the Seeker mold. So the only thing really to show off on here is paint. And I don't know if you know about molds or anything, but every time they reuse a mold or bring a mold back, there's a little bit of degradation. The TFCC Club had emailed everybody participating in the 3.0 subscription service saying that these pieces were put on backwards. If I'm not mistaken, that's what they were trying to get to. Therefore, there was going to be like a real hard click when you were getting them, you know, in a normal position. But I don't have any problem with that. But with the email, it was saying that if you don't like this, I'm sorry, because there's nothing we can really do. You're not going to get a replacement. Which really sucks, because first of all, let's get a good close-up on the head sculpt if we can. I don't know if you can see that, but first of all, his helmet's not painted. None of them are. It was supposed to be gray, I guess the same color as that, which would have been better than nothing, but it's not painted at all. I mean, this is probably the first Seeker mold where the helmet was not painted. Yeah. In addition, if you look a little closer, you'll see some blackness. There was black splatter all over the helmet from where they badly painted the face. I don't know if you can see that, but all the face isn't filled in. You see the corners right above his eye or below his eyes? That's not filled in. The spot between his eyes is just barely filled in. He kind of looks like one of those dogs where the snout is black and the rest of them is a different color. So yeah, I was real disappointed about that, and I actually got probably 2/3 of it off. So what you're seeing there is only about a third. Let's see if we can get, yeah, you can see it a little better there. It was only about a third of what was actually on there. So they really got that messy. Now, on here we got some, I'm going to say that the little target symbols are tampographed, but the red isn't, because they got like a little bit of red smudge coming out right there. You see it? The orange right here, I'm not sure what it is, but I don't like it. I don't know if it just looks cheap or... yeah, I'm really not sure. The turbines in his chest, his little Seeker nipples, whatever you want to call them, this one was not fully painted in. And really, they just, the outer parts of them kind of look stupid as white. They filled in that part, those parts good. But something about that orange, I just don't like it. I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. I understand G2 Starscream was orange, but I do not like this orange. I don't know, maybe they painted it too much or not enough, I'm not sure. But down here on the knees, we got some blue design, which is very unsymmetrical. And we got some tampographed arrows on the tops of his feet. Now, let's take a look at the missiles, the null rays with the missiles. Normally, the missiles are molded in whatever color they're supposed to be. These were painted. If I can, there we go, as you can see. And if you look, it was painted on 1 or 2 coats too thick. Not very attractive. Especially with the way you plug it back in and you still see the white. I mean, I got a lot of disappointment in this figure because it just looks bad in my opinion. Second of all, I've been really excited to add more mainline G2 characters to my collection. And, you know, I understand that they leave kind of warnings saying the final product may not look like what it's supposed to. Not what it's supposed to, I guess. What the original picture does. I forgot to mention there's some little black edges on the wings. I guess that's nice. You know, on the little missile pods or whatever those are supposed to be. But, I just think this is unacceptable. I mean, this figure was like 2 weeks late from where it really should have been arriving. And the figure before that was a little late. So all that extra time, and this is what we get. I'm really, really, really disappointed in FunPub, the Collectors Club, and the subscription service right now. We had Nacelle, and he had a lot of issues. But in the end, for the most part, he's still a pretty attractive figure. This, I think it's mainly the lack of detail in the camo, the way it's so light, but mainly, above all, the face. That dog-looking face. If they could have just painted this and not screwed that up, I would have been a lot more forgiving. A lot. But they didn't. Hardtekticon's unhappy. I can't contact them because they're going to be like, well, we already said we're not going to give you another one. And he's got off nipples. I don't like off nipples. Weird looking. And I'm sorry if you have off nipples, but it's just not what I like. I do not like off nipples, especially on robots when they really don't have any DNA to be being like, oh, this is going to be shorter than the other one. Stupid robots. Stupid robot painters. But, for comparison, let's pull out some G2 characters. Some Neo G2 characters. Here is how he should look. Collectors Club G2 Ramjet. That is just a gorgeous figure. My only complaint about this figure is the intakes, or whatever those are stickers. And they will eventually go away. But right now, I got this used. I don't know how long the guy who had it before me had it. But pretty pristine. No flayed up edges or anything. And his nipples are even. Even nipples. Fans, whatever. Right, we also have... Let's get this backed up a little. Oh, not too much so, huh? We also have from the IDW Generations line, Dreadwing, G2 Dreadwing. Let's see if I can pull it up just a little bit to make room for the big boss. Here he is with GDO Megatron. Probably won't fit in frame. Nope. There you go. Here's my G2 team of Transformers. Now I also have the Mach-A Toys Yellow Devastator and G2 Bruticus from the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus with one of those, the Boosticus kit. But I don't feel like putting that in frame. So there's some G2 guys. Kind of sit them next to each other so you can see him and his boss. This giant cannon. That actually comes from a Perfect Effect upgrade kit for this mold's version of Bludgeon. And since Bludgeon doesn't come with a gun that freaking huge, but Megatron does, I just gave Megatron the gun and Bludgeon keeps everything else. I'm eventually going to get the Repro label sticker set for that Megatron I just showed you, and the Dreadwing I just showed you. Alright, also from the Collectors Club, a disappointment, but nowhere near as much, is Nacelle. His paint flub-ups compared to G2 Starscream are very minimal. Again, my main complaint is this blaster and one of his wings come off super easy. But I still haven't fixed it yet, but I can fix that. And for a recent character, or a recent figure, yeah, you can already tell which is coming up. Off-road. Ooh, look at this. Recent retail figure. Look at his face. No flub ups. Yeah, I know some of you are probably saying his face is a flub up. But no, it's not. I mean, really, no flub ups on that. And this is just a regular retail figure. So that's how it looks with that. And give me 1 second here. And here we have my entire Classics Mold Seeker collection I've got so far. From left to right, we have got Thrust, Acid Storm, Generation 2 Ramjet, Dirge, Generation 2 Starscream, Thundercracker, Nacelle, and Skywarp. Altogether, I've got 8. I still want to get a Ghost Starscream and an original Ramjet. And hopefully one day I'll be able to get a hold of the BotCon Rainmaker Seeker set, which would include 5 more, bringing my total count of Seekers to 13. And after this fiasco, and that kind of not so great either, I really hope, and I'm sorry Classics fans, but I really hope they go ahead and retire for good the Seeker mold. I mean, all these, then there's the 5 that I listed that I don't have, and probably about 6 or 7 more. So we're talking well over 20 versions of this mold. Most of them just a couple slight tweaks, change the wings, a couple of them have different blasters, but other than that, it's the same mold. And for some stupid reason, us Transformer fans like collecting big collections of the same mold with 15 different characters. And that's cool. But there's a time that everything has to end. So I'm voting for this mold to end. I'm also voting for the Transformers Collectors Club subscription service, or the Collectors Club in general, to get their act together. Now, I have already put money down for the 4th subscription service. I've put down a lot of money for figures that I'm not going to see for probably over a year. So y'all have over a year to get all your stuff situated. Because I'm telling you, Thunder Maximus, or whatever he's going to be called, better be magnificent. Just amazing. And if he is anything less than that, I swear to God, I will never, ever buy into the subscription service again, nor will I recommend it. Now, next figure we're going to be getting is going to be Croc. There's going to be a secret figure with him. We're not sure who it might be. A lot of people are saying Crankcase, but we know whoever's going to be is going to be included with the Micron. So that can kind of be a clue as to who it might be. Right, so I'm really sorry about being so negative with this review. I just feel a lot of angst against paying after shipping everything. This is a $50 figure. A $50 figure. And a very, very basic figure at that. And it came out like that. I'm very disappointed with it. I will do my best not to be so negative next time, because that's normally not my formula for this channel, is negativity, but I really want FunPub, the Collectors Club, to get the idea to not let this happen again. This could have been an amazing figure, and one of the main reasons I opted in for the third subscription service. So, again, Collectors Club, Fun Pub, get your stuff together, get your act together, stop screwing us over. So, until next time, keep on playing with your toys and have fun.